out aloud. Perhaps your friends can bring you some. You can have visitors soon. Bear up. It's just a matter of willpower.
it is a great bore.
My poor boy, come here. She lied to you, promised you to keep her, to use and weekends, when company with oil, and get the petrol.
I didn't understand what was going on.
Of course you did. What would you know of petrol coupons?
I tried, Mom, to get my own coupons. They told them I was doing work of national importance.
Of course you were. You were keeping up in morale.
They turned me down.
If I had had my way, it never would have happened. I should have sung for Hitler. I was ready to go to Berlin. With my Welsh grandmother's choir to sing for him. I would have changed his mind with the power of music.
Don't fret, darling, it's over now. There's nothing to be done. Peace, peace, darling.
Fraser, watch yourself.
Fuck screw! How? I've got no privileges to lose.
One morning when you're slopping happy and some man in a corner, you'll feel it.
You lose on me. I can take you all down. I just done a screw in Feltham for having a go at me about me stitching.
And what good did that do you? Got you in it. And now they're going to fry your brain. This sorry human being is Frankie Fraser. Sorry, Mr. Novello, is the scum of the earth, but we're short of spells. Couldn't find you anything better. We'll move you when we can. And you'll behave yourself with Mr. Novello. We'll be watching you
Good afternoon, Mr. Fraser. I'm Ivor Novello. But I'd be grateful if you'd call me
Queer.
What makes you think that?
You're in the theatre.
Is everyone in the theatre queer? Quite a few, it's true. I have shown running at theatre all the dancing is. I've heard it called the prancing quiz.
The prancing quiz. That's a good one.
Are you? What can I say? If I say yes, you'll do me over. Is that the phrase? If I say no, you'll still be wondering.
Leave it out. I gotta know anytime.
Frankie, I am theatrical.
I know that.
And yes, I'm musical.
That too.
Are you?
I've got to know if I've got to watch my arse.
Frankie, I assure you'll have no need to watch your arse. Quite the contrary. I'm Ivor, pure and simple, above troubles. It will be much easier on both of us if we can be friends. What are you here for? Like I told the warder, they had me stitching mailbags, 8 stitches to the inch you have to do. Screw said I wasn't doing enough, and belted me. Belted me while I was sitting down, a sack in my hands. I ask you, is that fair? So they put me on pounding as a punishment. Have to break up slates so small, the bits go through a sieve, 10.5 hours a day. And when you've done it, the screws who watch you all day long in little sentry boxes chuck the cunts away. What's the point in that? They totally fucks your elbows. If you pardon my French, I wouldn't do it. Can't say I blame you. So they sent me here. They think I'm not right in the head. Will they make me so mailbags? You hear such awful stories. Do they still have the treadmill? That's how they broke Oscar Wilde on the treadmill. Oscar Wilde. Do they still have it? Nah, ain't heard that in 40 years. You might not think it, but it's better than it was. I knew an old lag here, Johnny Ryan. He was a boy soldier in India. Chinned a sergeant, got 10 years. That was ages ago. You couldn't see or talk to other cons in those days. On exercise, they put you in a hood, hand on the shoulder of the
I've got a bit of snout, not much mind, so go easy on it.
What do you do with it?
Here, give it here. You're like a fucking baby, you are.
I'm sorry.
What do you usually smoke?
Abdallas, Turkish number 5 plain. I'm never without one. I must smoke 60 a day. I wish I had one.
Nice, very nice. Cost a bomb. You'll get used to it till your own come.
Thank you. I'll share mine with you too, of course.
To right you will. I had Abdallah's once, a lorry load of cartons from a warehouse in West Ham. Lovely smoke. My first job, stole 3 packets of players. Got sent to Borstal when I had to, didn't I? 6 of us kids. Mum had 3 cleaning jobs. I stole to bring some extra money in. Quid here, quid there. I used to swim in the the Thames in the nude with the rats, and catch the coins they threw from the pleasure boats till I got too old and me balls dropped. Only the young uns get the sympathy.
Graduated at 13. How sad. What did you do then?
Took up the ring midnight, showing working, smashing someone's face in. Never made much money. Did it for the love of it. Nothing like the feeling when you see your face. That's a bloody part.
Could you? Aren't you scared you'll lose your looks?
What looks?
A fine-looking boy, you could do well in picture.
Really?
When this dreadful war is over,
Dreadful. I love this war.
I hate the war.
I grew up in the blackout in this war.
I cried when Chamberlain came back from
We go and nick a car, smash a window, nick some legs off the soft, or ladies' stockings.
I saw it on the newsreel with no coward. He got so angry that he hit me. But I thought things would carry on exactly as before.
Before the war, jewelry and furs, safes for the safe crackers. Now there's so much money and stuff around. Cigarettes, sugar, clothes, petrol, clothing coupons, scotch under the arches at London Bridge.
We get bombs in here.
Air raids are the best when they're all down the shelter
I
and keep
don't
your front doors
think I can
open.
stand it.
No
I
police
don't
around.
think I can take the noise.
Oh,
My ears are sensitive.
I love this war. Headlights blacked out, no way to read your number plate. Everyone's a thief. Steal stuff, sell to a man, man sell to the shops. Shops sell to folks like you. Sell stuff without the coupon.
Except I got caught and 28 days.
And it's wonderful.
I hate the war. I should have done my father watching on the roof of the old bridge, but I fled to the shelter. I'm not proud. I fled to the shelter.
They tried to get me in the army, but I went AWOL 3 times. They recruit in prisons, see. They'll take any who can march into the mouth of a machine gun. You see, we're both the same. You fled from the army. I fled from not 'cause I was scared. But 'cause I liked my life. As I liked mine. Does nothing scare you? I so admire. I wish that I was like that. Yes, it's what the warder said. They're going to fry my brain. No! They say I'm sick. I'm, what's the word? A psychopath. Incurable. They want to take me to Banstead Asylum for electric shock treatment. Oh, you poor boy, you must not let them. I had a friend who did something rather stupid. Never mind, it doesn't matter. But he was caught and ordered to have treatment. They gave shocks into his genitals. They gave shocks into his brain. He was tied down to the bed, a huge bung in his mouth to stop him screaming. He told me that the worst part was the smell of his own hand flesh burning. Finally, when all else failed, they gave him lobotomy, an ice pick in the frontal brain through the eye socket. Now he is a husk, no memory, no emotion, a zombie. Promise me you won't let them do that to you.
must get out of here.
I'll speak for you. I have money.
I'll go on hunger strike.
Find you a solicitor.
I'll kill someone.
Mr. Novello.
And my friend Frankie, can he come with me?
He's on lockdown. It's too dangerous. It's taking. His food comes on a tray.
Moral support, I'll vouch for him.
I'm sorry, Mr. Novello. You must go
I don't want to face the world alone. Look at me. There's nothing to hide behind. not at all. I have learnt nothing. I am just the same, but bitter, bruised, and angry. Oh, Christ, help me get through this and come out
Unbroken.
fantastic, lovely, warm applause for a terrific performance and very touching as well. Hopefully Anna and Leo will now be able to let our panel, Robert and Peter, in, and let's talk about it. A reminder, or maybe you didn't know this because you weren't here at the beginning, that if you have any questions, please type them in the chat with the word question in uppercase at the beginning. That would be great. Peter, Robert, are you there?
I am. I'm here. I'm waiting to be let in as a video, though. Am I here? I can't start my video because the host has stopped it.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I should add. Oh, I turned myself off rather than adding it. Trouble. This is why we've got several people doing it. I should add actually that this was due to finish. This watch party was due to finish 10 minutes ago. So we thought, I don't know what bit of scheduling that made that happen, but anyway, we will let it run on for about another 15 minutes. I don't think I've got the power to do this.
Who else is co-hosting?
I'm afraid only you have the power to do this, Bill.
It's not showing. That's weird.
I'll try it again. I can't start my video because the host has stopped it. Can we just do it on audio then? I mean, I'm quite happy just to do something. Can I just say something about length? Can I say something about length?
Yes, you absolutely can, but have another go. I've done something rather radical.
Oh, good heavens.
See if you can do it now. There we go.
Am I here? Start video.
You were
here, Peter, as well, Bill.
I have done.
Sorry, no, it's not allowing me to do anything. Start. It's saying I've started.
Yeah, and you have.
Am I? I can't see myself.
We can see you.
Oh, well, that's all right then. That's the most important thing. Now, I just wanted to say about length, because I know how you're trying to do things within a 45-minute slot. But from the point of view of creators, you write a piece, and in terms of what's on the page, you come out with a very strict length, defined by Sibelius and so on, which is 45 minutes, which is what we came out with. Give it to a director, give it to a conductor, and they put in all kinds of stuff, which you can see in this lovely production. And of course, it expands. And it's a very restrictive format in some ways, I think, Bill. And I think it's a shame because it does leave you with the dilemmas of overrunning and all sorts of stuff.
Yes, well, it's your choice, Robert. You could have made it longer, but it just wouldn't maybe sit where it was quite so easily. We make a festival of double bills, and it's quite tough if half of them is like overly long for the evening. But you're absolutely right. The time on Sibelius is like the time on Google Maps. It's never right. Never right. There's a lot of random factors that come into play. Robert, how are you getting on with your video?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's
start video.
Yeah, I tried it and it came up.
There you are.
Oh, it's working now. Yeah, it wasn't working before.
No, I made you all co-host in a slightly. Oh no, now we lost Peter.
Oh no, I'm back. No, I was trying to see if I could do something to so I could see myself, but I can't. Okay, doesn't matter.
Oh, thwarting. Anyway, matters of length aside, take us right back to the beginning. What is a gay century?
A gay century is a series of 17 pieces, some of which are within the limits of your 45 minutes, about 4 or 5 of them, and some of them are around about an hour, and 2 or 3 of them are full length. And the idea was to take a moment in queer history between 1900 and 2001 and dramatize it and musicalize it. And we chose things which were not necessarily what you would expect. We wanted to come at it from a slightly sideways angle. And so each of them is meant to like focus a mind, a straight mind, a queer mind, whatever, an ally's mind, whatever, on that moment, on the emotions and the issues involved in it. Now, because this is history, that doesn't mean it's all in the past. It's living because the issues are living. People still have the prospect of conversion therapy, for example. There's Frankie going off to Banstead Asylum, expecting to have his brain fried. That is still in another form a prospect now. So each of these pieces has something that do with that. It's also about class. It's about Frankie being really dead rough, poorest of the poor, Ivor incredibly privileged. It's about how do you find connections between people across divides of sexuality, across divides of class, and so on. And each of these pieces has something to do with that while focusing on a particular moment in queer history. It opens with Queen Victoria visiting Oscar Wilde on his deathbed, which is a fantasy scene, and it closes with Ken Livingstone presiding over the first civil partnerships in 2001 and giving his blessing to a couple who have been together for 83 years, so whose life actually covers the whole thing. So that's what the cycle of the whole thing is. And Robert's written nearly all of them now. They're all lovely. They're all completely individual according to what the piece is and stuff. It's an extraordinary achievement, though I say it myself. I'm saying that for Robert, actually. It is. God, it's crying out. Somebody give me £500,000 and a theatre for 6 months, and we do the whole cycle, and it will blow people's minds. It really will.
That's exciting. I don't know, Robert, have you more to add? I feel like I must try and encourage you to speak too.
Yeah, the test for me is looking at Peter's scripts and thinking, can I actually add to the page, as it were, and finding a musical way of telling the story that he's put onto paper. And that can be quite challenging because we're limited by numbers. We agreed very early on that we would only have 7 people. So it's a mixture of singers and playing musicians. In this one, for instance, 4 singers and 3 musicians, excuse me, as you saw. And for this particular one, I chose the harp and 2 saxophones. The reason behind that is that Ivor Novello, I believe, used the harp a lot in a lot of his works. And the saxophones represent the era that he lived through, which was the 20s and 30s and 40s, which was the dance band era, of course. So it's completely different from some of the other choices that I've made in other pieces.
The other thing about harp, of course, is it represents fantasy. You know, very in popular imagination as well. As Ivor was living in fantasy through all his life. So it's
and of course it has a Welsh connection as well.
Oh yes.
No, very good. So questions from the chat. First one from Claire: how much of this story is fact and how much is fiction? That's a great question.
That's a very, very good question. I started believing it was fact. I heard a man called Matthew Sweet on Radio 3, who used to have a little spot of about 5 minutes called Time Travellers in the morning show. And he did this piece about Ivor Novello being in prison in Wormwood Scrubs. And according to Matthew Sweet, he shared a cell with Frankie Fraser. I mean, obviously, I nearly fell off my seat when I heard that. And the other lovely detail about it was the fact that when Ivor arrived, he was in pieces. And the first day that he went down, all the prisoners greeted him by breaking into, well, according to Matthew Sweet, "We'll gather lilacs." But it can't be that because that wasn't written till a year later. So it had to be something. And I think probably it would be "Keep the Home Fires Burning." And it fitted. So that much was what I started from. Then I read Frankie Fraser's autobiography, 3 of them, in which he did say that he shared a prison with Ivor Novello. But he didn't say he shared the cell. And the other thing he said about him, of course, we didn't know he was queer. Now, for somebody who spent 42 years in prison, not to spot a homo when you see one is very unlikely. But then, of course, if you go to Wikipedia, Frankie was in Wandsworth prison, where we've had the recent escapes from, and Ivor was in Wormwood Scrubs. So it's sort of sliding off into urban myth from the point that I started from. But I do think the story about the prisoners going into song when he went down was right, certainly. And there's no doubt that the whole experience was so traumatic for Novello. I have no doubt that his prison experience shortened his life. He died at the age of 57. In the same way that prison shortened Oscar Wilde's life, as well. So there are elements there that are true. The other element that is true is that Frankie escaped from going to Bamford Asylum to have his brain fried. All the stuff about that he was due to and he was incurable is true. But he actually punched a guard in the van that was taking him to Banstead Asylum and leapt out of the back and went on the run for the rest of the war and never got caught again. So you could say if you put the two together, this gives you the idea that Ivor Novello somehow gave him the courage to do that. It's playing with history, frankly, but that's a good thing to do. That's what opera can do.
Yes, I love the idea of extending urban myths. Minutes are flying by, but we've got a couple more questions. I'll jump forward and then back because we'll do one for Robert, which is, are there pieces you wish you could expand the orchestration on given the budget? As in, if you had more budget, would you rather have a bigger orchestra?
Oh, I'd love to have a big orchestra, of course. And a bigger ensemble, yes. If Peter gets his $500,000, perhaps we can do that. But somehow I'm not sure that's going to happen in the near future.
$500,000, yeah, it doesn't necessarily buy that much opera.
It doesn't. No.
And Peter, another question from Nicholas Stanhope. As a former trustee of both Tete-a-Tete and the Tower Theatre, I have no skin in the game. Well, we do. Was the cockpit or the Tower a more congenial venue for the place?
I don't think I want to get into that kind of competition, but I will point out that I think in some respects Tete-a-Tete does the best that it can with what it can get hold of. And the hard fact is that the cockpit is not a theatre designed for opera. There are two things which mitigate against it, and you can see it in terms of the balance between the instruments and the voices. The fact there's no pit, you've got nowhere to put the instruments. If you've got a conductor who needs to see the singers and the players and hold on to the whole thing, it has to be somewhere towards the front like that. There are no monitors. That was the other thing that would make life easier. If there were monitors where the singer could see the conductor and the players could be elsewhere, that would also help. But until you can somehow resolve those things, the balance is very difficult. We did the Tower differently because it's a slightly different shape, and we put the orchestra to one side, and that worked well. So in terms of this piece, and what we were able to do, I would say from that point of view, the Tower worked well on a purely technical point of view. But that does not say anything against the wonderful support that we actually get from the cockpit and from Tete-a-Tete when we do stuff there as well.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear. And of course, maybe to round us off, because we're nudging off 15 minutes, you could tell us about, for those who don't know in the Zoom, about the missing performance.
Oh, right. Yes, we did those two performances that Claire's mentioned, but we had one booked for Wormwood Scrubs itself. And it was all fine. It had the blessing of the governor of the prisoner who was at the prison, who was going to come and see it, actually see the performance. It was going to be in Wormwood Scrubs Chapel, which is the most wonderful building, which was actually built by prisoners in the late 19th century. And we were all set to go up to about 4 days beforehand. And then word came down from on high, somewhere in the prison service, that we weren't going to be allowed to do it. Now, fortunately, we have a very talented cast, and one of the members of the cast was a freelance journalist for the Times. So as a result of that, we got a story in the Times, which was picked up by the Mail online, about censorship. Well, where it stands, I mean, obviously, we were gutted. We were absolutely gutted, because Homo Promos has always taken performances in situ to the places where they're meant to have taken place. We did, I won't go into the other ones we've done, but it's really part of our ethos, and taking things to people who have not experienced opera before, a new audience, and touching different parts of people as well. And that didn't happen. But we're fighting it. I mean, they have promised us a compensation. I'll believe it when I see it. I sent them a bill. I think they were probably rather surprised about how big it was, because nobody realizes how expensive opera is to put on.
Yeah.
So that's where we are at the moment. I'm hoping to arrange a screening with once we can get our own copy, Bill, for MPs as well. I'm hoping to arrange a screening at the House of Commons. I've got
That's a good idea.
a queer MP who might actually sponsor that. See how we go, and that again may lead to other performances. Somebody asked about other performances. Nothing planned, but we're open to offers.
The challenge always is to get it always back up and running, isn't it? It's not like you go back to Wormwood Scrubs in 5 months, because you'll have lost a singer and 2 instrumentalists or whatever.
Yes, absolutely.
Can't be done. You have to start again from scratch. But never mind, that's full of optimism and other possibilities and options, and another 15 episodes of the Gay Century to come as well.
Well, we might be back if we're allowed. We might be back next time around, either with a complete one or maybe an extract from one of the longer ones.
It could be interesting. Well, we should talk.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
We should wish everyone good night, but you can hear a vast amount more about Homo Promos from your website. And we've got 4 more watch parties to end our Festival 2023 tomorrow. Everyone very welcome to those. To have a look at our website. And let's wish you a very good night. Thank you
very much, everybody, for coming as well.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for all your good wishes. Bye.